What's up guys, it's your boy Cameron. If you don't know me, I'm not too big of a PC guy. I bought a pre-built PC and I did 2 years ago buy an OptiPlex to edit videos with, but I never really used this one, and eventually it did get busted and I tore it apart trying to figure out what was wrong with it, but I never could. So in saying that, my next logical step was to buy a pre-built, which worked until, well, my graphics card exploded. Not exploded, but just quit working. And while that does indeed suck, I did want to figure out what was wrong with my original OptiPlex, which was just an i3 quad core with 8 gigabytes of RAM and a 500 gigabyte hard drive. I did want to figure out what was wrong with it, so my first logical step was to buy a hard drive, which I did buy, and then that ended up not being it. So I thought, hey, what's the second best step? Buy another one that already works. So this is my third computer, and this is actually going to be one I'm going to be building myself. Let's get into the specs of it. It's a 3020. This is also a 3020, but this is the slim. This is regular. It's got a quad core i5. It's got 8 gigabytes of RAM and an already installed graphics card. It's got 500 gigabytes of storage, but I have a 6 terabyte surveillance hard drive, which I've been told will work like a normal hard drive and should work on a gaming computer. So yeah, this first episode is going to be me installing this hard drive and making sure that the PC works and then installing the hard drive. But as this series goes on, because I don't know what's completely inside of this computer, we'll be learning and upgrading. Whether or not I need a new power storage. Really, my plan is to make a sleeper PC because cars are just so expensive right now, and I'm down to one vehicle, so I'm gonna be short on car content, but I figured, hey, PCs are cheaper, they're readily available, and this is a learning experience for me, and it's something that I can document because while car parts are a couple of hundreds of dollars or to thousands of dollars, depending on what you get, I could buy PC parts every week. So yeah, my first step is going to be installing a hard drive, making sure this works, and figuring out the, I guess, specs on it. Second step will be getting a new GPU. I'm thinking about getting a compact, single fan, 2 gigabyte GPU, and then getting some RAM. I think about getting 16 gigabytes of RAM. And then maybe some RGB fans in the back. I want to keep the original case and just get some RGB fans if possible. Okay, so step one is I'm trying to remove the side panel here, which I may be removing the wrong side. No, I don't believe so. There we go, it just pops off. Just takes a little bit of pressure after you undo those 2 screws. So let's flip it sideways and see what we got here. Let's pull out this hard drive. Let me undo it actually before I start yanking it out. Let's pull out this hard drive. See what hard drive, 1,000 gigabyte hard drive, huh? So I will be replacing this 1,000 gigabyte hard drive with this 6 terabyte, which is basically 6 times the storage. Dimensions look the same. What do the plugins look like? The same. And then it does have, like I said, a small graphics card, which I don't know if that's a graphics card or what. It says MSI. I'll have to figure out on that. So basically you just press down on these 2 after undoing these, not these, but there is this bigger pin and then a smaller one. This is your power and this is your actual relay, I guess you would call it. So these little like metal side things just pop out. Okay, and then it pops out. Okay, sorry. But there we go, 1,000 gigabyte Seagate Barracuda. Maybe throwing out something better than what I got. But I have a Western Digital 6 terabyte surveillance hard drive, which I've been told is basically the same thing. How true that is, I guess this series will come to show. But as far as I'm concerned, as long as this is a simple, solid build, I'm not gonna be too worried. I may swap whatever too while we're here. I'm gonna move the data solid state drive. Try to slide this one back in, unless I'm doing it upside down, which I may be. Yeah, upside down. Sorry if the camera's a little shaky, guys. I'm using a body mount, and I've never used a body mount before. So, if you guys want me to just hold the camera next time. As you can see, I'm plugging this relay kind of connector in. And then right here's your actual power, and I'm gonna plug that in. And we're gonna go plug it in on my actual setup and go from there. Now, I'm not the best with BIOS updating and actually getting these things set up, so I may have to jump cut here when my buddy gets here, but I'm not gonna put the side panel back on. I'm just gonna transfer it right now from here to there and hope that I've set everything up right, or everything is set up right. Okay guys, so this might be jank, but I put it on top of my regular build and it did fire directly up, which I'm hoping means that it should be like 99% solid. This is my dad's old work computer, and he said that it started to run slow. So let me start it up for a second and see what's left on it. We did get the Dell OptiPlex to fire up. I mean, like that. The surveillance 6 terabyte hard drive actually took pretty well. Something I learned while going through it, I was looking at it while it was running because it was updating both the drivers and the security updates from Windows. One of the sticks of RAM was in at an angle, and I don't know if that's something me and my dad did looking at it, but I shut it off, plugged it in, and then turned it back on, but it's still only running on 4 gigabytes of RAM. So what I ended up doing is testing the actual sticks of RAM, and one of them was actually burnt. So my dad got rid of it because it was running a little slow. So I figured one of his sticks of RAM was bad. So, which that brings me on to my next point. I thought it was DDR4, just like my other computer is, but it's not. It is DDR3L. So I've got to order some DDR3L sticks. I might order a DDR4 adapter or whatever where I can put DDR4 in, and then give me some nice just 8 gigabyte, like 16 gigabytes worth of RAM. Yeah, it runs CSGO at 70, 80 frames a second. Biggest problem in my opinion right now is RAM. After the RAM and then the GeForce GTX I do have ordered for it, I think it'll be a perfect build. And then besides that, onto my slim build, this is a 3020 with an i3 quad core with, it had 500 gigabytes of actual hard drive space, and then it had 2 4 gigabyte sticks, which I put into here. I may have to buy a new motherboard for that OptiPlex 3020, the slim. So if that's something I would do, I'll make a video on it or tell you guys in the future. Check out for the streams on Friday. There should be my last G Fuel review on the flavors I got coming out until I make some mixtures. And then I'll post my super mega compilation that I've already made, reviewing all the flavors in one big 12-minute video. So yeah, I hope you guys are having an amazing day. Sorry if this video feels like it's all over the place. Anyways, I'll see you guys around. Bye-bye.